She sat by herself at the bar of the restaurant. Her only company was a book. I sidled up near her, 2 stools apart, maybe 3, as casual as I could muster. I would quote what I said, but my attempt at a joke sputtered out of me so poorly that I'm not even sure it made sense. She looked up at me, and there was a moment of silence between us so awkward you could have stabbed me in the groin and I wouldn't have noticed. Her face quickly went from confusion to disgust. My mind raced for some sort of recovery, some sort of new, more clever joke to make up for my failed attempt at my original, semi-clever joke. Nothing came. In the past, I sulked away in this situation having embarrassed myself again. But this time something in me snapped, or not snapped, but rather, something resigned itself. I sighed and said, "I'm sorry, I was trying to be clever. I just wanted to say hi." The air eased between us a bit. Her disgust faded, and she gave me kind of a friendly grin. "It's okay, it was a nice try, I guess." I laughed. "No, it wasn't." She laughed, and I sat down next to her. There's a lot of advice on attracting women out there, and what most of it misses is that attraction, seduction, intimacy, sex, whatever you want to call it, is an emotional process, not a physical or social one. You can say the wrong things and still attract a woman. You can say all of the right things and repel her. What matters is the intention, the motivation, the authenticity. To improve your dating life, you must improve your emotional life, how you feel about yourself and others, how you express yourself to others, etc. It's not about learning lines or routines or dressing up a certain way. It's about unmasking the unique and attractive man within yourself and joyfully expressing it to the women of the world. That may sound vague, but it has very real repercussions on your interactions with women. People choose who they're going to be with based on how they feel around that person. For us men, it's often quite simple. A beautiful woman makes us feel aroused, so we pursue sex with her. If we feel cared for, respected, and admired by her, we pursue a relationship with her. But women experience sexuality differently than we do, so it can be a bit more complicated and hard for us to decipher what makes them feel attracted to us. But the principle remains the same. Women go with men who make them feel a certain way. There are a number of ways to elicit emotion in a woman, and the way in which you go about eliciting that emotion will determine the quality and quantity, or lack thereof, of the relationships you have with women. What I'm saying is this. You'll find a lot of varying advice out there on how to attract women. Some will say to tease them. Some will say to be selfish and rude around them. Some will say to buy them gifts. Others will say to be cold and calculating. Whichever of these avenues you choose to pursue with women, that is the corresponding relationship you'll create. If you choose to be cold, calculating, and manipulative with women, you will naturally screen for women who will create a cold, calculating, and manipulative relationship with you. If you pursue women with a neediness and an idealization of them, then you will attract equally naive and insecure women who will create a relationship of neediness and false idolization. If you pursue women in a rude and harsh manner, you will attract women who respond to harsh emotions and elicit harsh emotions themselves. I encourage men to pursue women with honesty and authenticity because this screens for women who are honest, authentic, and conscientious themselves, making for far better relationships. The other reason I encourage men to pursue women with authenticity is that communicating your sexuality with women openly forces you to become a confident and integrated man. In the short term, this can be more painful and difficult. But in the long run, this reduces emotional neediness and molds you into a bold and confident man who draws women to him like a magnet. Attraction is a complex topic, and there's no universal consensus on what attracts women to men. Science identifies many factors, but no single model explains everything. Importantly, some factors, like genetics and physical features, are beyond our control, so it's pointless to stress over them. What we can control are things like our lifestyle, grooming, health, confidence, and behavior. These choices heavily influence how attractive we appear. Among all traits, one stands out: status, both how others perceive it and how we embody it through our behavior. Status can be outward, wealth, resources, or behavioral, confidence, leadership. While outward signs of status may create opportunities, they don't build lasting attraction. Instead, behavior driven by self-confidence and self-respect plays a more critical role. A man's neediness, or lack of it, determines how attractive his behavior is. Needy men seek validation and act based on how others perceive them, while non-needy men base their actions on their self-perception. For example, needy behavior: trying too hard to impress, lying to appear more interesting, or fearing rejection. Non-needy behavior: being authentic, open about flaws, and improving oneself for personal growth. Neediness attracts similarly needy partners, leading to dysfunctional relationships. Non-needy men, who value themselves and invest in creating fulfilling lives, attract confident, supportive, and genuine women. This assortment effect is well documented in psychology. In short, being attractive isn't about pretending or performing. It's about becoming the best version of yourself. Attraction flows naturally when you build a life you're proud of and let go of the need for others' approval. And we haven't even gotten to the desire part yet. The biggest aphrodisiac in the world is someone who likes you and isn't afraid to show it. Mark Manson. If status creates attraction in women, bold displays of desire create arousal. Women are turned on by bravery, confidence, and direct sexual interest, especially when it's focused on them. Think of the classic romance novel tropes: firefighters, soldiers, race car drivers, and other daring, confident men who are unapologetic in their actions and desires. These characters represent boldness and bravery, traits women find irresistible. For regular guys, this means nervousness or hesitation is a turnoff. Being confident and direct about your interest without being disrespectful is often far more effective than you might think. Here are some examples. Telling a woman she's beautiful and you want to know her better? Good. Whistling at her and shouting names? Bad. Kissing her confidently when she shows interest? Good. Following her and making inappropriate comments? Bad. Most men underestimate how forward they can be with women, as long as it's done respectfully. Women appreciate honest, confident expressions of desire because they're rare and refreshing in a world that often shames open sexuality. Most dating advice misses a key point. Your happiness and success with women depend on why you behave the way you do, not just how you behave. Your motivation is just as important as your actions. We've all met people who seem desperate for attention, like the coworker who always has to be right or the friend who acts out to impress others. These behaviors, driven by neediness, annoy everyone, including women. Being non-needy isn't about pretending to be confident to attract others. If you act non-needy just to impress women, you're still being needy. True confidence comes from caring about and investing in yourself. Attraction is a natural side effect of genuine self-improvement. Similarly, expressing sexual desire authentically matters. If you compliment a woman or show interest just to get her attention, it feels fake, and women can sense that. True expression of desire is about being honest and accepting rejection as part of the process. Success isn't about avoiding rejection. It's about enjoying and being authentic in your interactions. Attraction starts from within. Becoming a man of status means investing in yourself, how you feel about yourself, your self-perception, and self-care. External behaviors naturally follow, and the right relationships become a byproduct of this internal growth. Chasing external validation only leads to superficial or unfulfilling connections, or nothing at all. Focus on internal growth, and the rest will fall into place. Hopefully, this guide has given you a solid foundation of understanding the basic principles of attraction and how they work. Unfortunately, it doesn't offer a whole lot of concrete examples or things you can do. But don't worry, there are more on this channel dedicated to dating and attracting more women. If you'd like to get this part of your life handled, make sure you subscribe to this channel. Don't forget to like and share it with your friends. I'll see you later.